Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Sierra. Again, my channel is pretty new here, so again, you're guaranteed to be new on my channel. I'm super excited to be here. I've been having so much fun doing this, and I'm really excited that you guys have been watching, so thank you guys so much. Today, I'm super excited because we're going to learn how to perfectly, seamlessly blend your eyeshadow. I've actually watched a few tutorials on this, and I wanted to put it to good use, and I wanted to see if I could teach you guys. So before we go ahead and get started, make sure that you guys leave me a comment down below on some future videos you may like to see, some items you'd like me to pick up and try out for you guys, and be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and again, turn on your little notification bell so you guys can be notified of all my future uploads. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, I have absolutely nothing on my face other than my moisturizer and my eye cream. I haven't gone in with any primer, but let's go ahead and do that. First, we're going to be using a few different products. Before I go ahead and zoom you guys in here, I kind of want to show you what I have laid out for us. So first we're going to go in with primer, and a few of the other channels that I've been watching had really suggested this MAC paint pot in soft ochre, and this retails for $23. And then of course I have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter eye primer, which actually retails for $22. They did say that the soft ochre paint pot was a little bit more drying and this one was a little bit more hydrating. I do have combination skin. I think for the sake of this video, I did recently use a Fenty one, but I think I'm going to go ahead in with the MAC soft ochre paint pot. And then we're also going to be using the Naked Reloaded palette by Urban Decay. This retails for $44. And then some various different brushes. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. Okay guys, now that we're all up close and personal, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go in with this flat brush by Purr. I believe it's the P50. You guys know, I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to know the names of all of these brushes. So, and load my brush up with some product. And go ahead and actually what I'm finding really nice about this product is that it's going on really smooth, not going on patchy at all, and if you do your brows first, you can actually clean it up with this paint pot because, at least for my skin tone, it's pretty nude. So I think it would do a good job of cleaning up your brows. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of the product on my finger and buff out any sort of hard edges that my brush might have left. You can definitely see what they were talking about as far as this product being drying. It's not uncomfortable, it's very matte. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take almost a flat, rounded tip brush. And this product is by Alamar, however you want to say it. And just like any other cream product, you're going to want to set it in place before it creases. Like I said, this product is pretty stiff and it is pretty matte. So I do think that it would take a while for this to actually crease, but I'm going to go ahead and go in with this shade here, Bribe. And I'm just going to go ahead and load my brush, tap off the excess, and I'm going to go ahead and just go all over the lid. We don't want any tackiness. I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. Tap off the excess. So not only is the paint pot going to be giving you longevity of your eyeshadow, but setting the primer or the paint pot, whatever you're going to use, before you go in with your other shadows is really going to benefit you. one of the first things that I learned from a few of the videos that I had been watching was a tip to make sure that you're not looking like this and doing your eyeshadow. You want to look into a bigger mirror and you want to be able to look down. You don't want to be closing your eyes when you're doing it, because there's potential that your eyeshadow is going to get into these little creases, or at least me, I have wrinkles in my eyes. So you're going to get all this product in these little lines and it's not going to blend out properly. So the very next thing is I'm going to go in with this big fluffy brush by BH Cosmetics, and this just says brush 1 on here. Like I said, guys, I'm not gonna know the names of all of these makeup brushes. A lot of them I have had for a while, probably too long. But next we're gonna go in with the next lightest shade in this palette, which is Blur. And I'm gonna take the big fluffy blending brush and I'm just gonna go ahead and dip into that. Load my brush, and I'm just, again, going to tap off the excess. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look down into a big mirror, and I'm going to go kind of in the crease area, and I'm just going to do windshield wiper motions, or you can do circular motions. This is the windshield wiper motion, which is just like this, and then circular motions are little circles just going all around. It's less precise. So as we build more product, the more dense the brush is going to get. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I'm just going to blend until I feel like I have no more product on my brush. I'm going to go ahead and take an all over shadow slash smudger brush. I'm not going to use the smudger side, but I am going to use the all over side. This brush is by It Cosmetics. And I'm going to go ahead and pop into the shade Boundaries, which is this orangey color here. And I'm not going to use so much of this. So again, I'm going to look down into the big mirror. And another tip that they had suggested was, instead of working like this or looking down and working from below, they suggest working from up top. And again, using your brush farther back. The closer you're going to be using your brush, the more harsh and the more hard your product is going to go on there. So they do suggest brush closer to the end, the mid-end. It depends on where you're comfortable, but they suggest going from the north versus coming from the south. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go into the crease, and I'm just going to just work in this crease area here. Next, I'm going to be going in with this Real Techniques brush. It doesn't have a number or name, but as you can see, it's a little bit more rounded, but it's also very flat. So I'm going to go ahead and work in this area here, and it's going to give me more of a deepened look due to this dome here. I'm going to pop into the shade Bucked. I'm just going to load my brush and tap off the excess. They also did say that typically wherever you lay your brush first is going to be where you're going to be getting the most color payoff. So as you start wiggling the product around, that may be your darkest area. So I'm going to focus this kind of on the outer half of my crease at first. And then once I get the color, once I get the blend that I'm looking for, I'm going to go ahead and just drag the excess in. Hey, she's looking pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. I'm going to load my brush with Bucked and tap off the excess, and I'm going to work on this outer crease area. And then once I have a blend, I'm going to go ahead and just drag the excess the whole way through my crease. Now I'm going to go in with that first big fluffy brush that we had, and I'm just going to go ahead and just buff out. I'm going to go ahead and go in with the End Game, and I'm going to be using my Per P70 brush, and I'm just going to load my brush up, tap off the excess, and I'm going to go ahead and just be working in this outer V area here, and I'm really just going to be packing the product in right on the outer corner, and then I'll slowly start to blend it to meet that other crease color. Okay, we're looking pretty rough, but it's okay. We're going to blend it out. So I'm going to take a clean, fluffy blender brush. This is a Morphe brush. And again, it's clean, so I'm just going to go ahead and buff into these areas and buff any harsh lines. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and take that same Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to dip back into the shade Bucked. Lay that down kind of in the 3/4 area of my eye, just so I get a better gradient effect with the deepest shade there. I know we're looking a little crazy, so I'm going to go ahead and clean up some of this fallout. Okay, and another pro tip from these videos is that they did mention, like, don't worry if you get a little too high with your eyeshadow up here. You can just go in with that first transition shade, which was the shade Blur. And we're just going to go ahead with that flat, rounded brush. Just fix it. And I think I am going to pop into that first shade Vibe, and I'm going to do the same kind of up by my brow bone. And then again, going with that blender brush, the clean blender brush. I feel like the clean blender brush, or having two on hand, is probably the best suggestion that I've heard that's actually changed. I feel like the soft ochre has definitely made a difference. I feel like having the clean blender brushes, I mean, I'm not saying my brushes are dirty all the time, but I mean, it does help to have one that has absolutely no product on it and just there to blend and work everything out. So another tip that I think has really helped out has been holding the brush further so you're not actually packing in the product. It's just kind of lightly going on as you lightly build up. I'm going to go in with the combination of the Blur and the Bribe. And for that, I'm going to go in with a dense angled brush here. Okay, and then I'm going to take that same shadow brush and I'm going to pop into the shade. I'm going to go back and forth between Bucked and Boundaries. Actually going to use that as the transition color between this darker outer V here and this super light almond area. Then I'm going to go in again with a clean blender brush and just kind of blend it all out. Very nice. Have you guys watched the new Borat? I feel like I can't get that time of my life back, but YOLO, right? Next, I'm actually going to do almost the same thing on my lower lash line. So I'm going to pop into the shade. I'm going to take the same Real Techniques brush that I've been using, except for a clean one. This is the one I've been using. This is the one I'm going to go in with right now. Again, it's domed and a little bit more flat. And I'm going to go in with the shade Blur. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite. So instead of looking down at the mirror, since we're working in the lower lash line, you need to look up. So I'm going to hold my mirror up and I'm just going to blend from the outer corner to the inner corner. And then I'm going to go ahead and work my way up, just like I did the top. I'm going to go in with Bucked. And I'm going to go ahead and deepen this up a little bit. I'm going to go from the outer corner to the inner corner and just blend. This is a rounded, more dense brush, and it's going to give me more of a precise line. This one is actually by Alamar, I don't know. And I'm going to go ahead and dip into the shade Endgame. And just going to put a little bit on my brush, not very much at all, and I'm going to tap, 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 tap. Make sure you tap. And then again, I'm going to be working from up top, and I'm going to be looking up, and I'm just going to be putting this in the outer corner of my eye. Take the blending brush, and I'm just going to really blend upwards. And don't worry about these harsh edges on the side because I'll be putting on foundation, concealer, everything. Last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this P110 brush by Per as well. And I'm going to actually cheat a little bit and Max Fix Plus on my brush just to give it a little damp. And I'm going to go ahead and pop into Angel Fire here. We're going to go ahead and pop this on the inner corner and the brow bone. Okay, and that is the final shadow look. I'll come back and show you guys just a quick peek of my overall look after I'm done with my makeup. So I'll be right back. I'm back. This is the finalized look. I do hope you guys really enjoyed it. Most of all, I hope you guys learned something. Again, we pretty much did it together because I really didn't know a lot of those little tips and tricks. So it really shows you, I guess, how much you can really learn from YouTube. But I definitely enjoyed doing it. Again, I hope you guys really learned something, and please, 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 I've been asking everybody. A lot of my friends have been texting me, but nobody's been commenting. Please leave me comments on what you guys would like to see. Any products, don't be shy. I mean, I know I've had views, so please don't be shy. Whatever you have to say, and just let me know. I'd love to know any products, again, you want me to pick up. Again, like I keep saying, I will do the dirty work. I will go test any products out, any shades, any products, any brands, anything you want to see. Just leave it in the comments. If you liked the video, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Again, turn on the little notification bell, please, so you guys can be notified every time I'm uploading a video. But again, like I said, I can't tell you how much I've really actually been enjoying doing this. I'm definitely not a makeup artist at all. I just really have a makeup problem, and I really enjoyed sharing it with you guys. So until next time, guys, thanks, see you.